struck out and rolled out. Left-hand batter up there. Johnny Podres getting set. Now the windup, and here's the pitch. Fastball missed, low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. New baseball thrown into play. Kenny Boyer would be next. 1 ball, no strikes. Musial the hitter. There's Podres getting ready. Now the pitch. There's his ball. Point back.
To Musial's home run. 1-1. The huddle around the mound concludes. They want to look at the baseball. Kurt Flood digging in. Stretch. And the pitch to Flood. Here it is.
Fastball low, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Flood takes a look at Vern Benson. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Musial's homer has tied it up. Bud Flood waits. One ball, no strikes, the stretch. Now they throw to first, the runner back. Podres is allowed only 2 hits. Here's the stretch. The pitch on the way. A line drive to the center, a base hit. This way to left, second, holding up. Willie Davis kicks the ball, but White held up for second. A single by Flood. Here comes manager Walt Alston out. That's going to apparently be all for Johnny Podres. He pitched 6 brilliant innings. Got the first man out easily in the 7th. Then Musial homered to tie it up. Then Boyer went out. An error by Maury Wills and a base hit by Flood. And it's runners at first and second with 2 away, and Charlie James will be the hitter. Let's see who the new pitcher's going to be. Bobby Miller and Ron Peronowski are down there. They haven't indicated yet whether there will be a new pitcher. The fact that James is fanned twice so futilely against Podres might keep him in the ballgame. Now, Johnny Podres is talking emphatically to his manager, Walt Alston. James was out on strikes on 3 pitches in the 3rd, was out on strikes swinging on 3 pitches in the 6th. The huddle around the mound continues, and the umpires are trying to have manager Alston make a decision.
I don't think Alston had his mind made up when he went to the mound because he's been conversing with Podres out there. Meanwhile, the 2 pitchers get further chance to get ready, and now Alston looks like he's going to do something. Landis trying to hustle him along. Podres stays in.
Podres will stay in there. And I'm sure the reason is because he has made James look bad twice. And so they let him in there to pitch to James again. Charlie, right-handed batter. You've seen him look bad many times, only to come back and hit the same pitch for a home run. Runners are at first and second with 2 out. Right-hand batter, Charlie James. The game is tied 1-1. There's Johnny Podres getting ready. There's the stretch. The pitch to James. Strike call. Charlie shakes his head. He acts like he just can't pick the ball up against Podres. Like he doesn't see it. 1 strike and no ball. Runners at first and second. Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball to center. The inning will be over. Willie Davis gets under the ball, and that retires the side. 2 hits. 1 run, a home run built by Musial. 1 error, 2 left. At the end of 7, the Cardinals won, the Dodgers won.
Enjoy old world smoothness. New world lightness. The best of 2 worlds in one great beer. Busch Bavarian brings you all the old world smoothness of Bavaria's fine beer. Brewed light and lively to modern America's taste.
They're tied with the Dodgers, 1-1, 8th inning coming up. And a tough 8th inning. Gilliam, Moon, and Tommy Davis against Ernie Broglio. Broglio has walked one, struck out three, allowed 1 run and 6 hits. The Dodgers scored a run in the 6th. A leadoff double by Wills. With 1 out, he stole third. Moon walked, and Tommy Davis dropped a single in the short center field. With 1 out in the Cardinals' 7th, Musial hit his 12th home run of the year, and we're all deadlocked with 2 innings to go. Gilliam has been 0 for 3 here in this situation. He'll be up there pumping, capable of the long ball in this ballpark. Batting left-handed, the first pitch. Strike called up the corner on the knees. Broglio gets out in front. Gilliam has flied to center, grounded out to second, popped out to third. Boyer in front of the bag about 3 steps, guarding against the bunt near the line. The outfield to the right. The pitch to Gilliam, high outside, 1-1. A full house at Busch Stadium in an exciting ball game. Score 1-1. Broglio taking his time, mopping his brow. No one in the Cardinal bullpen. Pete Rickard warming up in the Dodger bullpen, but he'll be the starter here Wednesday night. He's warming up for his own benefit, not for this game. Here's the 1-1 to Gilliam, outside. Ernie trying to keep the ball away from him. Harry Caray pointed out a while ago that Gilliam beat Broglio with a home run in this ballpark earlier in the year. And here in this situation with nobody on, nobody to move around, well, Gilliam will be pumping, and he has hit 6 home runs this year. 2 balls and a strike. Ernie has to come to him now. The pitch is on the way. There's a fly ball back to short. Grote going out in a hurry. Calls for the ball. Calls Musial off the play and makes the catch 1 out. Shan reassured Grote. Stuffed the glove in the hand to his mouth and called for Grote to make the play, which he did. 1 man gone. Wally Moon, the hitter. Twice he grounded out to Boyer. Once he walked. Moon is hit. 8 home runs. The pitch to him. Strike. He kept it away from him. Strike call. Ernie's had good control, pitching these left-handers away in this friendly ballpark for the left-handed hitters. Activity in the bullpen again for the Cardinals as the pitch comes to Moon. Strike 2 call, a fastball. Tailed over the inside corner this time. He pitched it outside, inside. Moon argues about the call, but he had given up on the ball, and it came into the strike zone. Fastball tailing away from the left-handed batter. Ron Taylor and Bobby Shantz are in the Cardinal bullpen. 1 out and nobody on, top of the 8th. In the Cardinal 8th inning, McCarver, the pitcher, Broglio, and then Javier against Podres, who's still in the game. Podres and Broglio all the way. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Wally Moon. The pitch. Strike 3 call. Same spot, inside corner. Moon out on strikes. 2 out in the inning. Oh, that was beautiful pitching. Beautiful pitching. Moon is squawking about the pitch. Manager Walt Alston coming out. If he says 1 word about the pitch, he's automatically ejected. And that a manager can't question a ball or strike. We have a good view of those fastballs from up here, and in fact, Harry, a better view of the ball than when the hitter gives up on it, as Moon did on the last 2 pitches. That fastball tailing away from him and back into the strike zone, and 2 out, and now the dangerous Tommy Davis. They're all dangerous, of course. But Davis, who has driven in the only run for the Dodgers in this game. A single out of 3 trips, the pitch. Ball low outside. Just as Ernie has been able to keep the ball away from the left-handed batters, with very few exceptions here tonight, he's been able to keep it away from the 2 right-handed hitters they have in their lineup. Here's one of them, Tommy Davis. The pitch to him, outside, ball 2. He gets behind. 2 out, nobody on. 2 balls, no strikes. Fairley would be next. Dodgers have a good bench to call on. If they have to go for pinch hitters. Shantz and Taylor in the bullpen. Broglio has to come to Tommy Davis. The pitch, the pop fly to short right. A trouble play. Bill White going out. It's foul. He's there. He has it. That ball started as if it were going to be a fair ball beyond Bill White. It ended up foul, and Bill White caught the ball. I tell you, though, Tommy Davis popped out, but only he took, aside from Musial's swing, the strongest swing of the evening. Down in order they go. Broglio still strong. Cardinals come to bat in the 8th, tied with the Dodgers, 1-1.
Before we get back to the game, how about lighting up a dual-filter Tarleton?
Yes, Tarleton for flavor.
flavor you never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette.
Hungry for flavor, Cali's inside flavor. You never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette. Flavor, you never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette.
That's the score, friends. Filter smoking never tasted so good. Fine, flavor-rich tobaccos, plus Tarleton's famous dual filter, bring you flavor you never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette. Better check up on your supply of dual filter Tarletons right now, and get another carton before you run out. The year's biggest crowd, 32,442 paid here tonight. Let's get some runs, Jack.
It's a tie ball game, 1-1. Jim McCarver, who has one of the 3 hits off of Johnny Podres, is the Cardinal hitter. Nothing doing in the bullpen. The Redbirds are going to go with Brolio right down the line. McCarver, Brolio out of the air here in the 8th. The windup by Podres and the pitch to Tim. Low for a ball. McCarver, after striking out in the 3rd, singled up the middle. Up until that time, the Cardinals had no base runners, and that was with 1 out in the 6th. The pitch from Johnny. Strike called at the letters. On the inside corner, evens the count 1-1 to McCarver, who's batting .297 in his rookie year. Actually not officially classified as a rookie, but in his first full year. Here's the 1-1. Foul back and out of play, trying to go into left field with that one. And Podres is out in front of the hitter, 1-2. Podres a strong ball game. He has struck out 6. He has walked none. A home run by Musial with 1 out in the 7th tied it after the Dodgers had scored in the 6th. An RBI single by Tommy Davis. We're in the 8th. Nobody on or out. There's a fly ball to center. Well hit. Willie Davis going back. He's there, and he has the ball for the out. McCarver hit the ball well, but straight away into center, and Willie Davis 1 out, and Brolio is being called back, and Bob Gibson is going to be the pinch hitter. Bob Gibson is going to hit for Ernie Brolio here in the 8th. Is this the first time this year, Harry?
I believe it is, Jack. There's been a lot of talk about him pinch hitting. He's run a lot. And I believe that actually it's the first time this year he's been a pinch hitter. He's had 3 homers. Batting .231. Pitching 8 innings, 1 run, 6 hits. Well, could have a shutout. 4 strikeouts, and he walked 1. Chance will be the new pitcher. First time that Bob Gibson has pinch hit. Right-handed batter. A Cardinal pitcher up there at the plate waiting for Podres to deliver. The first one, change of pace popped up. That'll be the second out. He got him on a changeup. Shortstop Wills near the bag has it for the out. Wills was a little concerned about the second base bag, but caught the ball. 2 out, and Javier comes up. Well, Hooley has the wherewithal to hit it into the seats. When he hits them, and he's got 9 home runs. And even if he fails, it'll be Grote, Musial, and Boyer in the 9th inning. Rickard, who was loosening up for his assignment Wednesday night, no longer is throwing down there in the Dodger bullpen. Chance comes in from the Cardinal bullpen. 2 out and nobody on. What a job Brolio did. What a job Podres is doing. 2 out in the 8th. Javier is 0 for 3. Hit the ball well 1 time. Swings and fouls it back, strike 1. Hooley has hit the ball on the roof in right field. He's hit it into the seats in left field here at Busch Stadium. Lined out to short, pop to the first baseman, pop to the shortstop. 1-1 the score. 32,442 the paid attendance, the largest crowd of the year. 60,000 would have turned out for this one. They could have been accommodated. The pitch to Javier. Change of pace and a ground ball to third. Big hop to McMullen. The throw, and he is out. Almost pulled fairly off the bag, but he got him. The Cardinals go down in order, and the stage is set for the 9th inning. At the end of 8, the Dodgers won, the Cardinals won. You know,
you've probably noticed it yourself. Wherever you go, you see more and more the distinctive white Tarleton ring. Yes, for more and more people every day, part of the fun's a dual-filter Tarleton. And the reason's simple. People hungry for flavor have found that Tarleton's got it. Flavor you never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette. You see, here's one filter cigarette that's really different. And what a difference it makes in taste. Fine, flavor-rich tobacco's going to Tarleton, of course. That's just part of the story. Then, Tarleton's famous dual filter with activated charcoal actually brings through the best flavor of these choice tobaccos. Why don't you taste that Tarleton difference yourself? Flavor you never thought you'd get from any filter cigarette. Tarleton's got it. Pick up a couple of packs tonight. Well, we go to the ninth. It's all tied up, 1-1. Ron Fairley, Johnny Roseboro, and Willie Davis, three left-handed batters, will face Bobby Shanks. Ernie Broglio did a tremendous job. He actually shouldn't have been scored upon. The only run they got was a little bit tainted. Might have been avoided, but those things happen. In 8 innings, he allowed only 6 hits and 1 run. He pitched out of trouble. A very courageous performance. Here now is Fairley. Johnny Podres has done a great job for the Dodgers. He's allowed only 3 hits. Fairley, a left-handed batter. Bobby Shanks getting ready. No margin for error now. We're in the 9th inning. Game tied 1-1. Koufax against Simmons tomorrow night. Here's the windup of Bobby Shanks. The pitch to Fairley on the way. There's swung on a drive. Way back to right field. Off the screen. Here's Fairley on his way to second. Here's James throwing. It's a double. On the first pitch, Fairley doubled off the right field screen. Here now is Johnny Roseboro. It was something high and inside, and Fairley, falling away from the plate, hit it up against the screen. Here's Roseboro. That's the lead run at second base, nobody out. Roseboro, left-handed batter. Here's the stretch. Chance's pitch. Here it is. He's going to bunt. He bunts foul off to the left for a strike. 1 strike and no ball. Bobby Shanks in relief. Ron Fairley hit his very first pitch for 2 bases. 9th inning. Game tied 1-1. Roseboro digging in. Now the signal, the stretch. The pitch by Shanks on the way. He bunts foul again, strike 2. 2 strikes and no ball. This is the strikeout he needs right here. Willie Davis is next. Ron Taylor starting to heat up in the bullpen. It's 2 strikes and nothing. Johnny Roseboro, the hitter. Fairley opened the inning with a double. That's a 7th hit for the Dodgers. Now Shanks gets set. 2 strikes and nothing. The pitch to the left-hand hitter. Here it is. He struck him out. McCarver took it out of the dirt and tagged him. That's 1 out. Here now is Willie Davis. He's had 2 out of 3. Ken McMillan, a right-handed batter, would be next. Bobby Shanks rubs up that baseball. Willie Davis, the hitter. The lead runs at second base, 1 away. Now the stretch by Shanks. Here's the pitch. There's a hot smash to right. Here is James up at the ball. Here's a throw into the plate. Here he is. Safe on the first plate. Barely beat James. Perfect 1-hop throw. 2 left-hand hitters out of 3 have hit Shanks solidly. Here now is McMillan, a right-handed batter. The
Cardinals in their ninth will have Grote, Musial, and Boyer. And Ron Peronowski's down in the bullpen getting ready. McMillan, right-handed batter. Willie Davis a long lead over there. There's the stretch, the pitch. Fastball low and outside. 1 ball, no strike. We've seen Chance make Fairley and Willie Davis look sick up the plate, but not tonight. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. He swings at a curve and he misses. That evens it up at a ball and a strike. That for Willie Davis was his 3rd straight hit, by the way. One ball, 1 strike. Now the stretch. The pitch on the way. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 now in favor of the Dodgers. Can the Cardinals come from behind again? Now the stretch. The pitch on the way. Ball 3 is outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Moose Skowron is getting ready next. He's going to bat for Johnny Podres. 3 balls, 1 strike to count here. McMillan up there. Into the stretch goes Chance. Now the pitch. Ball 4, he walked him. Skowron started out. Now he comes back. Walt Alston wants to talk to him. Runners at first and second with 1 away. 2-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Ernie Broglio's magnificent pitching has been wasted now, as of right now. Chance has faced 4 men and retired only 1 of them. Here's Moose Skowron, a right-handed batter. And that's going to be all now for Bobby Chance. Ron Taylor will come in. Dick Tracewski is going to run for McMillan. Tracewski running for McMillan. And the right-hander comes in, Ron Taylor, to replace Bobby Chance. Chance had the perfect setting. 3 left-hand hitters in a row coming up. But he couldn't retire them. Now Ron Taylor will face Skowron, and more he will. Runners at first and second. Chance has had so many great days for the Cardinals, you can't be good all the time. This was an off day for him. Moose Skowron, formerly of the Yankees, who hopes to be playing against his former teammates in the World Series, is batting .215 with 4 homers and 17 runs batted in. The crowd quiet now. This run took a lot of the heart out. The Cardinals had tied it on a dramatic home run by Musial. But we still have the bottom of the ninth. Peronowski will be the relief pitcher for the Dodgers. Skowron is batting for Podres. Runners at first and second. Right-hand batter up there. The ball game in the ninth. 2-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Now Taylor is ready. Signal given. At the belt, the pitch. Here it is. Hot smash to Javier. A diving stop. Makes a down throw to second base. Here's a man trying to score. And Willie Davis scores all the way. Javier made a diving stop and then threw the ball past through Grote. And Willie Davis scored all the way from second base. It's 3-1 now. Javier, after the diving stop, looked like he didn't quite see that ball come off the bat. Javier gets the air on the throw. Roy Gleason is running now for Skowron. The air is charged to Javier. It's 3-1 now in favor of the Dodgers, who will have Sandy Koufax going against Curt Simmons tomorrow night. Here's Maury Wells. Wells has had 2 hits. Here's the stretch. Here's the pitch. He takes it low, ball 1. Gleason, a big fella. An outfielder. He's running for Skowron, who batted for Podres. Now the stretch. The pitch on the way. Low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Maury Wells. Roy Gleason played at Spokane this year. Southern California boy, stands 6'6". 2 balls, no strikes, 3-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Maury Wells waits, now the pitch. Ball 3 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. A bad 9th inning for the Redbirds. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 man out, 2 runs in. And now the stretch. The 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle at the knees. A strike call. 3 balls and a strike on Maury Wells. Runners at first and second. Ball game in the 9th. Now the stretch, the hesitation, and the pitch. Ball, he walked him, the bases are loaded. So that'll bring up Jim Gilliam with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Gilliam nothing out of 4 so far. The infield's coming in to the play at the plate. The Dodgers jumped all over little Bobby Shantz. And now Ron Taylor's having trouble. 1 out, bases jammed. There's the windup in the pitch. Pops away from McCarver, but the runners cannot advance. Tim fell down feeling the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded, only 1 away. We're in the 9th. The Dodgers lead 3-1. The big first game of the series. At the end of 8 in Milwaukee, 4-3 in favor of the Giants. 1 ball, no strikes. Jim Gilliam up there. The infield comes in. Now the windup, the pitch. Way outside, ball 2. 2 balls and nothing. Dick Grote comes in to talk to Ron Taylor. Gilliam the batter. Bases jam, 1 out. Ron Pernaski down in the bullpen will take over for Johnny Podres. Podres pitched a superb ball game. 2 balls, no strike. Now the signal. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike call. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. The infield in. 1 away. We're in the 9th. Here's the pitch on the way. A ground ball to Grote. Here he throws into the plate for a force out. Now the throw back to third. I think Grote is claiming interference by the runner coming from second to third, too. He's claiming interference here. Gleason running from second to third bumped into Grote. And Grote threw into the plate. Got the force out all right. Here's Tom Gorman being appealed to. We had a play call like that earlier this year. Well, Gilliam bounced into a force play from Grote to McCarver. The bases are still loaded, but now there are 2 out. The appeal of the Cardinals to the umpires is not going to be allowed. Gleason running from second to third came into contact with Grote as he drew his arm back to throw to the plate. It didn't interfere with Grote making the play, however. Now Johnny Keene and Tom Gorman are at it. I don't know whether these are the same umpires involved in that other interference call.
The Cardinals are arguing they wanted to call on a double play out of there, it appears, and it seems that the umpires are saying you got the only play that you could have gotten anyhow. From here, it looked as if the runner did bump into him. And it made it an extremely difficult play for Grote. We're fortunate we got the one play on it because Grote was going to his right, had to make a backhanded stop. Fortunately, he got the one out, but they're still not out of the inning with Moon to be faced because the umpires aren't going to give in.
Well, that's an argument they're not going to win. The bases are loaded. There's 2 out now. Tom Gorman very emphatic as he makes his point. Kenny Boyer, Johnny Keene, and Dick Grote are all involved. This inning started with fairly greeting Bobby Shantz's first pitch with a double off the screen. Bob then struck out Roseboro and had another left-handed batter, Willie Davis, coming up, but he singled sharply on the first pitch. And that scored fairly on a close play at the plate. Then Skowron batted for Podres and hit a hot smash to Javier, who made a diving stop, but then threw past Grote, another run scoring. Then Wills walked to fill the bases, and Gilliam has just bounced into a force play at the plate from Grote to McCarver. So now the argument is just about died down. And Johnny Keene and Tom Gorman now started all over again. The Dodgers, with a victory, would move 3 games ahead of the Cardinals on the loss side, which would make them imperative that the Cardinals win the next 2 games to have a chance. All right, now it's all over with, and here's Wally Moon. He's had nothing out of 3, left-handed batter up there. The score 3-1 in favor of the Dodgers. We still have our 9th inning with Grote, Musial, and Boyer coming up. Wally Moon, the batter. Ron Taylor getting ready. Rulio turned in a superb 8th inning. The Cardinals' plea for interference is disallowed. So now here is Wally Moon. Ron Taylor gets set. Into the windup, here's the pitch. Strike called over the outside corner, belt high. 1 strike to no ball. 2 men out. 3-1 in favor of the Dodgers. We're in the 9th. Oh, there's a fight going on in the stands here. Here's a pitcher on the way now. Moon sliced the foul back. 2 strikes to nothing. Bases jammed, 2 out. Left-hand batter digging in Wally Moon. Ron Taylor getting ready. Leans forward. Takes his windup. Here's a pitch to Moon. He struck him out. The inning is over. So Taylor got out of it pretty well at that. 2 runs scored on 2 hits. 1 error was charged. 3 men were left. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the score. The Dodgers 3, the Cardinals 1.
Well, we saw quite a jam-up outside of the ballpark this evening, and of course we're going to have big crowds tomorrow night and the next night. You want to ride the Redbird Express when you come to the ballpark. Redbird Express runs from very convenient spots to and from the ballpark. They're air-conditioned. Park your car along the way, jump on the bus, come on out. That's the way to enjoy the ball game and rid yourself of the driving and parking problems. Northwest from the Northland Shopping Center, southwest from Crestwood and Jameson and Lockborough, 3rd and Washington downtown, from Westroads and the Clayton Courthouse, from Belmore and from Meeting House and Adams in Granite City. Ride the Redbird Express. Well, the Cardinals came from behind in the 7th inning. Perhaps they can come from behind in the 9th. And Harry, if they do, if they come from behind, trailing 3-1, it would certainly give them the impetus needed in the final 2 ball games. Meanwhile, Ron Karanowski takes over on the mound, trying to preserve the victory for Johnny Podres. Certainly a tip of the hat to the 2 starting pitchers tonight, Brolio and Podres. What a job they did. Each leaving with a 1-1 count, 1-1 score, although Podres could be the winner.
Gilliam is now playing 3rd. Dick Trzaskowski is playing 2nd base. And Ron Karanowski comes in, making his 64th appearance of the year with a record of 15-3.
Park your car along the way, jump on the bus, come on out. That's the way to enjoy the ball game and rid yourself of the driving and parking problems. Northwest from the Northland Shopping Center, southwest from Crestwood and Jameson and Lockborough, 3rd and Washington downtown, from Westroads and the Clayton Courthouse, from Belmore and from Meeting House and Adams in Granite City. Ride the Redbird Express. Well, the Cardinals came from behind in the 7th inning. Perhaps they can come from behind in the 9th. And Harry, if they do, if they come from behind, trailing 3-1, it would certainly give them the impetus needed in the final 2 ball games. Meanwhile, Ron Karanowski takes over on the mound, trying to preserve the victory for Johnny Podres. Certainly a tip of the hat to the 2 starting pitchers tonight, Brolio and Podres. What a job they did. Each leaving with a 1-1 count, 1-1 score, although Podres could be the winner.
Gilliam is now playing 3rd. Dick Trzaskowski is playing 2nd base. And Ron Karanowski comes in, making his 64th appearance of the year with a record of 15-3. Big Grote gets up there. Grote hitless, nothing out of 3. Ron Karanowski in relief. There's the wind of an effect. It's a strike call. 1 strike to no ball. Three to 1, the Dodgers lead. Now the pitch on the way. A bouncing ball is short. That's going to be easy. Maury Wills tag in time. 1 away. Grote bounces out to Maury Wills. Let's pause for identification. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network. This is Howard Caray with Jack Buck from Busch Stadium. Here's some fans running out on the field again. Just slows up the game. Fella just ran across the field and jumped over the wall into the stand. Here's Musial. He homered for our only run. 3 to 1 in favor of the Dodgers. Karanowski on the hill. This will be Johnny Podres' victory if Karanowski holds it. Musial digs in. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Kenny Boyer would be next if Stan can get on there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 Dodgers in the 9th. The pitch. Ball too low. 2-0. Musial takes a look around. 2 balls, no strikes. Ron Pernaski ready. The pitch on the way. Strike called at the knees over the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out and nobody on. Bottom of the 9th. Pernaski gets his signal. The pitch to Musial on the way. A high pop foul out of play into the left field stand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pernaski, a hard-throwing left-hander. A great pitcher with a record of 15-3. Earned run average 1.83. Only 1 left-handed batter all year has hit a home run off of him. Shaw won another one tonight. Giants won 4-3 at Milwaukee. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Musial the hitter. There's Pernaski's pitch. A hot shot to the first baseman on 1 hop. Steps on the bag, 2 away. That ball was hit right on the nose. A 1-hopper to Fairley. So that's 2 gone now. Bill White will be next. Kenny Boyer hitless tonight. I remember the series we lost to the Dodgers. They stopped the top of our batting order. And they have again. Only Musial's home run. It's the only hit out of our first 5 men in the batting order. In fact, we've only got 3 hits. Here's Boyer. And here's Pernaski's pitch. It's a fastball low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on base. We're in the 9th. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a strike called over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Redbirds would be 2 games out if they lose. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kenny Boyer waiting. Now the pitch. He swings at a slow curve and he misses. Strike 2. 2 strikes and a ball. A couple more fans jump out over the railing, run across the field. An usher tries to escort them off the field. 2 strikes and a ball. Right-hand hitter waiting. Ron Pernaski gets set. Now the pitch. Struck him out, the ball game is over. And the Dodgers win the big first game. Pernaski retires 3 men in a row. Johnny Podres will be the winner. Bobby Shantz the loser. We'll be back with the official totals and highlights in a minute.
Busch Bavarian, as refreshing as Bavaria itself, with all the old world smoothness of Bavaria's fine beers. And Busch Bavarian is brewed light and lively to modern America's taste, brewed for our own relaxed way of living. In other words, only Busch Bavarian brings you the best of 2 worlds in one great beer. Old world smoothness, new world lightness. The best of 2 worlds in one great beer. The Dodgers parlayed their great pitching, good
speed and timely hitting and won the important first game of the series 3-1 as Johnny Podres did a tremendous job for 8 innings. And then Ron Parnaski closed the door in the ninth as the Dodgers rallied with 2 runs in their half of the ninth inning, jumping on little Bobby Shantz. Bob has done a tremendous job for us all year long, and I guess it was to be expected that somewhere along the line he would be hurt. And the left-handed batters hit him, which is unusual. That's the way the game goes. That's the way the ball bounces. And the Dodgers now are 2 games in front.
It appeared that in such a tight ball game, Bob was intent on getting ahead of the hitters in the ninth inning, and both Fairley, who doubled, and Willie Davis, who singled to drive in the lead run, jumped on the first pitch and got base hits. But you have to go back for the story of the ball game to the fine pitching of Johnny Podres. The Cardinals had only 3 hits, left 3 men on, as opposed to the 9 men stranded by the Dodgers who had more chances. But that takes nothing away from the great pitching by Ernie Broglio. The crowd certainly disappointed in some of the wind taken out of the sails as the 10-game winning streak has snapped. 19 out of 21 now, but this ball club has bounced back so often and behind fellows like Kurt Simmons that you just don't quite feel that this thing is over. In fact, far from it, and we'll learn more tomorrow night.
Well, it becomes mandatory now to win the next 2 ball games from the Dodgers in head-to-head combat. Here are the totals. For the Dodgers, 3 runs, 8 hits and 1 error. Johnny Podres, the winner. He now has won 14 and lost 10. For the Cardinals, 1 run, only 3 hits, 1 error. Bobby Shantz, the loser. He now has won 6 and lost 4. The time of the ball game, 2 hours and 31 minutes. The Dodgers now have won 92 and lost 59. The Cardinals have won 91 and lost 62. That's a 3-game deficit on the lost side, which is important. Redbirds 2 games out in the standings, 3 games back on the lost side. And Jack, they just stopped the top of our batting order. They did it out in Los Angeles, and they did it here tonight. And you certainly have to give them credit for great pitching.
I was just looking at the same thing. Javier and Grote, 0 for 8. Boyer, 0 for 4. Musial, the only one interrupting the goose eggs there. And what a dramatic home run that was in the 7th inning. But that, too, along with Broglio's pitching, goes down the drain. Final results count, and the Dodgers won this one here 3-1. Now, tomorrow night we'll be on the air at the same time at 7:45 dugout time, 7:55.